Danes is here at the age of 15. She first came to our attention with the critically acclaimed series My So-Called Life. Despite a huge cult following, the show was unexpectedly canceled after only 19 episodes. She then made the switch to the big screen with her film debut in Little Women. In the next 2 years, she appeared in 8 more films, including Home for the Holidays, U-Turn, and The Rainmaker.
I don't mind. I was never like the rest of you, making plans about the great things I'd do. I never saw myself as anything much.
What is wrong, Mom?
Nothing. Everything. Nothing. I had a not-so-good day today, honey.
Check out what you gotta look forward to. Cigarettes and junk food and Graham's famous
I'm not
stuffing,
gonna go.
right?
I can't do it again. Turn around. Turn this car around.
What's in a name? How would we call a rose? Word would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retained that dear perfection which he owes without that title.
Do you like Patsy Cline? I just love her. How come I wonder she don't put out no more new records?
Because she's dead.
Oh, gee, that's sad. Don't that make you sad?
Cliff wants me to have a baby.
Well, you have a decision to make.
He's become obsessed with sex. He thinks it's going to keep us together.
Listen, I really don't want to talk about that.
I just wanted to see you.
I know there's something shameful. It must be me.
My child, no.
Or you. You're the shameful secret. Or maybe both of us. It doesn't matter. I can't go out. I can't talk to people.
Stop this, Cosette.
I think you're lying. I know the secret. The secret is you want me here with you all the time, night and day, because you're lonely and you want me to be alone forever.
Her latest is Mod Squad, a remake of the 1960 television series. Here is a trailer from the film.
I'm gonna kill those kids.
They're my kids. If anybody's gonna kill them, it's gonna be me.
You smacked Detective Tricky in the mouth. What do you think is a joke?
Okay, Bob, I'll take care of this.
Yeah, Bob.
Hey, you're policemen now. If you think it's a joke, I could put you back into the cells where I found you. Stop screwing around and start doing your job.
It was their last chance.
They're not real cops. They can't even carry guns, for God's sakes.
Where'd you get that from?
Dude, it's my dad's.
To start over.
Is this all the cops do? Sit around in cars waiting?
We can go get some donuts. Stand back.
No guns. Guns are bad.
Shut up!
Julie, you'll go inside, blend, and hopefully get recruited.
Hey, why does she always get to be the prostitute?
God, this job is hell. Nice job.
I was blending.
Yeah, you just blended your ass right out of the club.
Dude, your cover's been blown. Your cover has been blown, all right? Your cover's been blown. Bro, I'm still under. I got it. Stop, please! Oh! Dude, I'm sorry about the car. It was just water.
Now, the only people they can trust.
Dude, we're cops.
We're not that kind of cops, man.
Are each other.
I didn't think we were in on it.
It was a setup.
This is like one of those dirty cop drug things.
So what now?
Showtime.
Jump! What? Jump! Dirty cops, drops at the airport. I feel like one of us should say we're getting too old for this.
And here she is, Claire Danes. Welcome to this program.
Thanks.
You sat intently watched the first series of films.
Right.
Thinking what?
Well, I found it really confronting. I'd never seen a compilation of my work like that before. A journalist asked me a little while ago if there were any consistencies within my work, and I didn't know how to answer the question, but seeing the montage of my work made me realize that there are some, I don't know, that there is a coolness or a calmness that I found re-emerging.
A coolness or a calmness?
Yeah, I don't know. There are all these intense dramatic scenes, but there was a, I don't know.
Of all those films, which were the most satisfying for you?
Well, I suppose I remember Romeo and Juliet most vividly because I was at a real turning point in my life, and it was a very dramatic production. We were in Mexico City, and it was so operatic and a really challenging role and project. And it was so thrilling to work with Shakespeare's words. I remember being so overwhelmed by that experience. So yeah, that was.
And then when we saw Mod Squad,
Yeah.
you said to me, I get off
Yeah.
on the fact that people are surprised I would do this.
Right.
Meaning,
Well,
it's kind of a charge for you
well,
to
it's a
know
bit
that.
of a departure for
Yeah.
me, this film, and I've people have resisted my choice pretty strongly, and I'm liking agitating them because it frustrates me that I've been stereotyped suddenly, like, you know.
Did you want to sort of do something that you thought was hugely commercial and say, look, I can play in this arena as well?
Right. Well, that wasn't so much what attracted me to the film. I just completed a really rigorous shoot, a really difficult film in the Philippines, and I was really depleted. And I wanted to counteract that experience with a bit of levity. And I liked that Julie, my character, was a bit of a California dream girl and an abstracted version of a real person. I had never played, you know, such a slick character before.
Yeah. You also said, when I asked you was it a good movie, while we were watching the clip of the trailer, you said, I liked the people a lot. The experience was good. Everybody there was reinforced a sense of
I was in really good company
enjoyment.
making the movie, and there was a genuine sense of enthusiasm on everyone's part. Scott Silver, the director, was really talented and warm, and Giovanni Ribisi and Omar Epps are also really creative and sensible people. So there was a real cohesion on the set, which was refreshing.
Why did you go back to Yale? Go back to college? Go to college?
Yeah, I was really curious about the world of academia, and I'm still unformed as a person, and I wanted to test myself without the cushion of the people who work with me in the industry. You can be quite coddled in the entertainment business, especially when you are pretty young
When
and play ingenues. Or, yeah.
You know, look at this. This. Vogue, Jane, Premiere.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, I wanted to be, gain some independence. And I also wanted to make a conscious decision to be an actress. I didn't want to make that choice by default. So I needed to gain some perspective from it and test my enthusiasm for it. And I found, while I've been in hibernation and pushing myself in other directions, that I do feel innately comfortable making films and am most excited about acting than I am any other craft or profession.
So what's college done for you?
Well, it certainly validated my intelligence, I have to say that. I mean, I was very insecure about my mind. I think actors have, I don't know, a stigma attached to actors that they're quite dim-witted. I'm exhausted. Dim-witted. And I was buying into that myth, and that was destructive, you know, obviously. So I needed to challenge that.
Did you run into a chorus of, don't do that, you don't need to do that, you know, you can just read great books and you'll be fine?
People were very supportive of my decision to go to school. I think nervous for me, but very encouraging of my choice. And I've met some really amazing people who are my own age, and I hadn't socialized the way a normal teenager should have been, you know, should have socialized. in high school.
Meaning, some would say she's never seen innocence if you've had the kind of life you've had.
Right, right. I suppose. But I also remain quite...
No, I suspect you don't agree. You,
yeah,
you
well,
seem
no,
to be
I mean,
saying,
just
no,
the
I'm
thing
not
is,
sure that's right. But
you can be so so sheltered and shielded by from life experience in the business that you actually attain a real naivete about the world, and I wasn't interested in that, you know.
What are you studying?
I'm taking a pretty eclectic group of classes at the moment. My favorite is graphic design. My next favorite is English. It's called Modernism in the City. I'm taking adolescent psychology, women's health, and computer science and the modern intellectual agenda, which sounds very intimidating, but it's actually very manageable.
How do you manage to go and make movies at the same time?
Well, it's not so much of an issue when I'm completely engulfed in either one of the two worlds. It's when they start to merge that I begin to feel quite fractured and at times schizophrenic. But it's okay. It's a bit of a leap, of course. But after a week of being in either one of the environments, I acclimate. And
where are you now? Because I asked you whether you were going to the Academy Award, and you said, no, I've got to write a paper.
Right. Well, I'm on spring break at the moment, and the first week I was just hanging out in New York and kind of rekindling friendships with people I was involved with when I was younger. So that was intense and wonderful, and just being myself. And so this last week, though, I've been promoting the Mod Squad, so I'm in a confused state of mind.
Being at Yale has made you appreciate acting more. Being separate from it makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's an extraordinary gift to be exposed to such incredible ideas and professors and peers. And it's really satisfying to reach and attempt to grasp foreign concepts, and you know, but I don't have to reach in when I act. You know, I understand it inherently, which is really peculiar.
Instinctively and inherently, rather than from some great
Yeah,
acting
it's
coach.
not learned. You know,
Yeah.
whereas with other activities.
Sort of like we're
or
born to
ways
do
of
certain
thinking.
kinds of things. You think?
Yeah, I'm able to be to do them, but I have to follow a formula, you know, that somebody else created.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I hope we can do this again.
I know.
The movie is called The Mod Squad. The actress Claire Danes. Back in a moment. Stay with us.